Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Unity of Command 2. We're here with the Dnieper crossings after taking Odessa. It's August the 18th, 1941. By mid-August, Army Group South has reached the banks of the mighty lower Dnieper River. The Red Army, reeling from defeat at the Uman pocket, struggles to piece together a connected defense of the river line. In some places they offer ferocious resistance, in others, complete ineptitude. The Germans seek to take crossings on the hop, while reducing the last stubborn pockets of defenders on the river's western bank. No additional objectives here to take. We'll see how things go. This map is a little bit tricky, mostly because once again the weather is playing a very big part due to its short time limitations and early objectives. Strike immediately before the Russians can organize a defense of key river crossings. Your spearheads are poised across the Great River at 4 separate points. Simultaneously, you need to mop up resistance at Cherkassy and Dnepropetrovsk. Your headquarters will need to use every trick in the book to reach all objectives on time. The main problem on this map actually is the Kherson Bridge that you have to capture on turn 1 if you want to get all the objectives on time. If you don't care about that, you know, capturing it later is totally fine and totally doable, but you will not get the 50 prestige points. So if you have mud here and you're kind of like a completionist like me and you want to capture everything on time, then you need to replay. Because you cannot get Kherson Bridge on turn 1 if there is mud here. And I will explain why. Now, in order to get this on turn 1, what we need to do is we need to get this into a recon unit. So you need to purchase a recon for the SS Leibstandarte. Besides that, what you need to do is you need to remove some of these steps and put them under the 11th Army, the OK-11. And what you then want to do is you want to create a security unit and put it closer to Kherson. What I'll do is I need to make this unit strong enough to combat this unit. So what I'll do is I'll give it some very expensive equipment. I'll give it both the Stug and some armor. So that's yeah. This guy will need to beat these guys and make them retreat to the north, because if you attack it from this side, it will retreat across the bridge, and then because this is a major river, you can no longer take it on turn 1. So that's the main problem that you'll be facing there. And then also, if you have mud, this motorized division can't use its extended movement, even if these guys retreat into these forests or up, to take the Kherson Bridge. It will just not be able to get the movement to get across. Besides that, you need to get this recon step in order to move it right up to Kherson. Then take this one hex, because you have to move along the road. Then you need to take this hex here with all the stragglers, with the recon. So you need to take the stragglers with that by using the ability for that, which is the recon enforce ability. Yeah, I know it's a bit complicated, but you can get on turn 1. Anyway, let's continue here. So what I'll do is I'll beef up this 21st Infantry Division, as well with the engineers and the artillery, in order to take Cherkassy on turn 2, so I can beat these guys and then go in here next turn and take that. You can do that even with mud if you don't get too much bad luck. Either way, I can upgrade the 16th motorized. What I do think is a bit weird though is Well, one thing I can do though is take this and put it on them. I think. No? So, why can't you buy more steps? Italian infantry. I have German armor steps, but no German infantry steps. I see. So then, kind of, you're only going to be here for one more turn, and they for two. So if I keep these at 6, what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to reinforce this 22nd Infantry Division for the moment. Because they'll be here for one more mission, and these guys will be here for 2. I definitely think that resource management is one of the more important things in this game. And yeah, now I can buy it. So that definitely factors in. I'd rather have these guys, this motorized steps at full strength, than these guys, which are also a bit weaker even than anything else. But they're under the 11th Army. Not necessarily looking to completely remove it or anything, but I do think this will certainly help. Now, what I will do is let's actually turn on the hexes. So I want the Panzer Group 1 to switch between this area and this area, so I might be able to also build some pontoon bridges up here. Beside, because it does seem like I can actually go and cross there, but then I kind of want to do it like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a range of 5 hexes, so I guess that is one of the most important things. I also want to continue upgrading these guys. They're also here for 2. These guys are here for 3+, so I would much rather go after or upgrade these units, which will remain here for 3 turns or for 3 missions. And then something like these. Now, that means I'll be giving them these steps, although I do have some. Ooh, I can still buy an armor step. Count me in. I'll be buying flak left and right wherever I can. That's not too bad. It's not great, obviously, the flak, but it still helps a little bit. Yeah, so I actually should have invested the points already before moving, giving them over supply, but I guess I didn't. I can leave this at 2 for now. You can go to 1 though. Actually, I can remove it entirely for now because I can put it here as well. Then I don't really see why I would put this here. Whereas I can just put a lot further like this, because that will help them when they get across potentially as well. And then these are fine. Now Army Group South, they can't repair any bridge. They'll have to use their river crossings to do things. But the most important thing for them is that they, at the very least, get closer to this. Yeah, I think they're in a fine position here. Also get a lot of reinforcements, so that's nice. We get Kherson Bridge, turn 1. Dnipro Bridge, turn 4. Kremenchuk 5. Cherkasy 2. Dnipropetrovsk, turn 3. And Berislav Bridge, also turn 3. Basically have to hop from here to here. Can I actually... That's so weird. Now I can actually just buy these steps afterwards. Just don't know what was going on there with these steps. Oh well. Super weird. There we go. Yeah, so as I said, what I want to do is move here. Recon in force. Move you. Get them out of there. And move you in here. Now, I could already attack. That's pretty dangerous though, but let's just do it. I like taking risks, and I have artillery, which also makes it a little bit of a problem. Well, let's go in here. They cannot cross either way. Are we on supplies? They're all decent, I suppose. We're at 80% at the moment. That's very interesting already. We can see the amount of supplies that we're getting significantly decreasing over the campaign anyway. Let's start with that pontoon bridge, so we can technically also get across through there, as we do need to take it on turn 3. Right, so they're just retreating back. Not much I can do here currently. What I'll do, though, not really looking to cross in that section at the moment. 0 and 2, 0 and 3. I might just as well go in closer. They're not losing any movement steps. So, let's attack. Attack. They retreated. I need to take that by turn 3, but I think just as important maybe is to take this. Now they can no longer move though. What I don't want is these steps to go and reinforce that area. Well, wow. That's not great. I mean, losing steps at 4 is not out of the question. Now, I do want to... I mean, I'll just allow them to retreat, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these units here, and then for this turn, I'll be building 2 pontoon bridges. Oh, I see. So I can't build it there either way because of the range. So I'll build a pontoon bridge here and here, so it will be quite difficult for them. I guess... Wait a minute. I guess then I can take this, because I can build the pontoon bridges anyway. Yeah, I guess from this side it's fine. So, this way hopefully I'll get to cross on the next turn, after potentially taking Dnieper River. I do have an artillery here, so that is at least good. Now, these guys, I guess they're not going to do a whole lot during this turn. They can't actually cross anyway. Let's take a look at the terrain. So, okay. This is Major River. Just like this, I think, with the thick line. It's Major River, and otherwise it's incrossable. Yeah, because this is it doesn't show anything there, so this is thin. These guys cannot cross with assault crossing. But they have to wait either way for a crossing regardless. Let's just keep you here for now. These guys should be able to handle Cherkasy, I think, but let's put the Italians in range at least so that they can attack too. I mean, this just kind of sucks. I get it. I'm a bit afraid that these guys will... Well, the thing is, what's the problem if they get across? What can they do that actually affects me negatively? I'd rather actually just attack. I get the rail from here. Let's just move you. What if I go up here? That's fine. Do you lose anything? You don't, just a force pull. I say let them come. I actually don't mind here. And if they cross, that just means that I get to destroy some of those units a little bit earlier. And I think that'll be just fine. First Panzer Group is in a good position. Now, as for the supplies, I guess you can probably go to 1 now without any trouble. Yes, you can. And you can't. Okay, let's just leave them like that. And technically this one could go further, but I don't want to do that right now. What I can do, though, is put one here. And remove this one. Which just allows me to move that supply line a little bit forward. Which I guess is just a good thing to do. They just destroyed the bridge. Wow. Get some mud over here, that's fine. Let's do that. And they have a 50% retreat chance. Oh, you cannot get there. They didn't do anything at a 100% retreat chance. That's interesting. It must mean that despite that, they get a lower roll, and then at that lower roll, there's not a 100% retreat chance. It's very weird the way that works. But I got it. I could go for repair bridge instead of the 9 command points, but I'll have to get that at some point anyway. I might just as well. Anyway, that's Cherkasy. So you will have to go down there, whereas you... I'm just gonna go around. Attack. It's nice that they already retreated. Unfortunately, I can't actually take it regardless this turn, but I would guess that it does make my job a little bit easier. On the next turn, that is. Because again, they will not be able to cross, really. They can try to do that there. So let's, for this turn, actually oversupply both of them. And you don't need to attack. I'd wager they're still out of supply. Yes, they are. So we're okay. And I can probably take the Berislav Ridge. Even if they get in there now, I have 2 units with artillery. So I would wager it's fine. For turn 3, yeah. Okay. You can now leave. I'd wager both of those are out of supply. Yes, they are. Now I need to set myself up to take Kremenchuk. Now, this is just not that great of an attack towards Dnepropetrovsk, but I need to take it on the next turn, not now. And to be honest, the thing I feel like I really need to do though well, let's just see first. So let's deploy some of those reinforcements. Because what you need to do at the very least for this turn is not create a pontoon bridge up here, huh? That is super weird. Really, why they can't? Let's take a look. They have to go to that hex. They can't do it from here. Man, that's that's just really sucky. You know what? Let's at the very least then build one here. I know that there's you know, it's just no good necessarily, but at least it will allow them to already cross for this turn. Besides, them being out of supply for one turn does not really matter, unless I use yeah, let's start with that. Okay, there's nothing there. So I just took off 2 steps, and I do think, okay, they're not yet cut off. They're cut off now. Yeah, so, well, it's about these guys down here actually. Okay, so I certainly did not check what consequence it has. Either way, I need to be able to still build pontoon bridges. I can do that now, and these guys should be able to ship these guys over on the next turn. Let's take a look at whether I can ship them from this side as well. Does look like I can. Which is also good. I need to force my way over to the other side in order to take Kremenchuk by turn 5. That's gonna be fine, but Yeah, you can't do assault crossing for the moment. Can't do that for the moment. They'll both be out of supply for one turn, so they can't really do a whole lot. These... The thing here too is that let's move here because I cannot build the... Yeah, exactly. So they can go either way towards Dnieper Petrovsk or to cross at that site. This is the best they can do. Their supply is probably not going to be great, but there's also again nothing I can do against that. Next turn though I can actually extend with these, and I think we're good for now. You can probably cut these guys off for a second turn, but yeah. Okay, they blocked that. They just left. Okay, super weird. None of their units moved. I mean, I don't mind, but okay, that's actually fine. Now it's a lot easier. I get a Stück 3B, very nice. They actually got supplies, I'm super happy they did. Either way, the Dnipro bridge will be out of supply for a second turn, and then I'll strike afterwards. But as a security unit, I actually don't, at the very least, don't want them to have the specialist steps, and preferably even less. But I can't just out of nowhere remove the entire thing. Sweet. I don't have to hold on to the Berislav bridge either. This chokes their supply. And yeah, that's good. I don't need to attack with them, but I think we're looking quite solid in that direction. This was already good. They prevented me from crossing there. Pretty smart. Now, as for these, they can actually get across through this. And I actually want to get multiple of these across like that. They can also still attack, which is quite interesting. I'll put you here, so they might cross there. Although that ultimately will not help me in any possible way. Let's see if I can... It's the light and you. Okay. Now, one of the things that I want to do as well is do this. So they might actually get some supplies up there. Which also will be tricky. But yeah, just having to go through here. Now, as for Kremenchuk, I will also have some issues with encircling it and such, but let's just try and get as many units as possible across, especially some of the more powerful ones. And then we'll see how we can fare. One of the interesting things as well, let's for now build One here, one here. So with these additional pontoon bridges, I do hope that things will be a bit easier there as well, although I cannot actually cross on there now. So I don't think these guys will have a good attack. Pavlovgrad is probably encircled by quite a bit. But okay. Let's get him. And here too. These should all be out of supply for 2 turns, so that will probably not actually do that much. Now, if I do that, they could potentially all be in supply, but I do dare say it's a tricky supply situation, to be sure, and there's not a whole lot that will actually help that supply situation. Neither here. But what I will do is I'll move these back. And I actually had... No. Alright, I might just as well move back further then and hope they'll get the logistics. Now I've built the pontoon bridges. There's not a whole lot else that I might want. No. No, we've extended all of our movement. It's very tricky. If they decide to move with this unit, for example, already, I'm in trouble. It's unlikely, but they could. This too I find weird, because they must have a unit on Pavlovgrad. I don't think they would abandon it. Though this is exceptionally nice. Okay, Kremenchuk is the next next in line. Ow. Let's make sure they're at least out of supplies for 1 turn. I mean, I think we would be able to manage that. It's still at 2. I mean, I don't mind 2 rolls that much, but let's do this. It has no retreat. What a surprise. I'm still losing all my steps. Yeah, a 4 is a lot safer in terms of odds, and they even retreated. Okay. I can get this unit right next to Kremenchuk on the next turn. Even like this. Next up. This is a 4. This is also a 4. Are they still in supply? Yes, they are. Well, they won't be after I take that. So... I'm not really interested in attacking at 3s, and these guys are never going to be able to cross. Neither will they now, because of the destroyed bridge. Let's just move these guys here so we can grab a few extra points. Just probably the right way to go. Let's just go for the more powerful unit. At this point, I'd actually rather resupply them so they'll be doing well in the next turn against Kremenchuk. Although I don't need to because they'll be grabbing that supply. Yeah, exactly. So let's just use a pan attack. They'll all be in supply. They're just barely cut off here. It's actually pretty precarious at that. Well, it's not too problematic, but. Anyway, let's go down here. So, as far as the security unit goes, I definitely want to... I'll really just take away the step. I don't see any reason not to. And out here, yeah, there's mud. I'm just more or less... I don't know what your problem is, why you have only one even now. I didn't... Oh yeah, I removed all those steps, right. But I wanted them back in the OK-11 because I have no use for that security unit anymore. These guys will not be able to take Kherson Bridge, I feel. In their current state. And the enemy is weak. So. Okay, you're a veteran, elite, elite. You're here for 2, you're here for 2, too. Let's try to get some XP on these. I need to hold on to this stuff. I don't think these guys will move, but I can't do, like, very ridiculous things. Cannot take these guys down for the moment, since they're only out of supply for 2 turns. So they're, I guess, in a way, stuck here. On this side, and the bridge is destroyed. This is only a 3. What I would be interested in is attacking and taking that next turn. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much locked down by cavalry. That's not surprising. A lot of this territory is doing pretty poor in terms of supply, but that too is not surprising to me. This actually would at least put them in supply, and I might be able to get them back. Now, they don't have the logistics at this point, but let's take you here. So, No thanks, I'll wait. This is pretty much it. Yeah, sure, abandon that. Sometimes I just find the AI movement pretty weird. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for them to do that. It's just straight up bad. What's also straight up bad is the fact that there is a pretty poor supply situation there now. What can you do? Reduce by 1. Yeah, that's still good. And now it's just a question of removing those steps in a good and orderly fashion. Seems like I'll have to take some hits. Which one will stay here for the least amount of time? That's gonna be these, so I'll start with them. They'll likely have a no retreat. Or they will retreat. Okay, fair enough. You're here for 2, you're here for 3+, so I'd rather have those guys which are going to stay here for longer. And the same applies for these, so I actually want to remove the pioneers and this from them and then put it on these guys on the next turn, because they're going to stay here for longer. I want them not only to get the experience, but I need those units to really benefit most from it. Like, I want the good stuff on the units that stay here for 3+ turns. You can repair the bridge. That also helps putting all these guys in supply. Yeah, now I'm missing the points to get them across, but that's okay. Alright, let's just mop up the remainder of these units. There, and since I don't need to hold on to that now, I can just do this. Although, this is very likely just going to be a 3 roll. Let's take a look. 4, huh? Alright, then what I'll do is do this. Now it's a 5, and I'd much rather attack under 5 conditions. Yeah, and now these guys are also trapped. There's just nothing. The only thing that's a problem is the Corson Bridge, and with them now, I'll actually give them a no retreat, just in case. The chance of them getting it is near 0, but I don't want to run any risks. Alright, we've beaten them at Kremenchug. We still have 2 turns remaining. Again, the most problematic thing about this is the supply. But I'm quite sure they'll get it from there too, yeah. I need to hold on to the Dnieper bridge at the very least. What I can do though is just cut off Zaporozhye. Oh, they have another unit. Huh. I guess the problem is the mud in that hex. Really had expected to cut that off. Huh. I mean, if I cut them off here, what will it do for me? Not too much, but I'm looking to get here, attack this, and then cut those guys off even better. As I say, I only need to hold on to the Dnieper bridge. Huh. The supply situation is strenuous at best. And almost disastrous at the worst. But let's remove this one for now. So we'll have 2 on the next turn. You can move back because I don't need it up in that section again. I know I'm moving these around a lot, but it is, I guess, pretty important. That's fine. Great. I wanted them away from that hex so I can cut them off. Although they'll only be cut off for 1 turn for the next one. They're already both elite, so it matters not. Alright, interestingly that they chose to go there. I mean, they'll be cut off for longer. Or for more. And I'll also take those prisoners. As it is. Okay. Now. I'll attack these because I actually want to go around. Do they get supplies from? Yeah, from there. Okay. As a 4, it's a bit risky. Just like attacking this is a bit tricky as well. I'll just wait for now. Actually, I might not need to do that. I'll be trying to get these guys to destroy those units. I will not be able to take Zaporozhye, but these units will be cut off. I guess it's worth something. Perhaps. And it might allow me to also get those stragglers. No need to attack at this point. They are cut off anyway. I'll try on the next turn. One thing I guess that would be interesting is making sure that we have a couple of these crossings fired up and ready to go. Funny how they actually did have that on standby. I need units that will be here for 3 turns. Like these. And I'll actually give the specialist steps to them. I'll just leave it here because removing it now is no use. I just need to place this on hexes where I think getting the supply might be useful. That will be there. And I don't see these guys going anywhere. I can leave that empty now. I'm feeling quite confident. And that will be it. I do have this protected, and the Kherson Bridge. This is fine. It's just for 1 turn. There we go. have another unit that could benefit from it more than these. I mean, 1, 2, 3. They will not be able to attack anything else anyway. So the answer is yes. I could not use you. So Viking is the last unit that I can use there. It's pretty much the limit. This also still gives it some supply. This ship went to elite. It's pretty neat. Okay, let's take this, then go back. Move you in here and then resupply. 0 and 3, huh? I guess they could not take more. Interesting. I can either attack them or them. They're already elite. Well, what if I start with a suppression here? Okay, so they cannot move along. I mean, they... You will not be able to move afterwards. This is probably going to still get me a straggler or so. Yeah. I mean, it's mostly just now about maximizing my points. And experience also on these. That was it. So didn't want to take any risk there, obviously. All right. I lost 2 steps for the Germans, but besides that, everything went well. Very nice. You have to get a little bit of luck with the weather, I suppose, but besides that, it's not too difficult of a mission. So, yeah, that's okay. That means we're done in the south. Now, this was the 18th of August, so I'll be looking at, this is 28th, 21st, 23rd. So I'll do the Divina Demyansk mission next. Afterwards we'll go for Yelnya and then Schlesselburg. Although, yeah, it's September 10th. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 missions in this conference still. I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.